Yo, what's up, everybody? So I have just had an epiphany. Call it some sort of magical being has just given me the greatest idea I think I've ever had. Now, I am training to become an aviation mechanic. So here I am thinking, I see all these reaction videos. Now, this video came out, when was this? Today. This is fresh crap. I'm going to do a little check to see how accurate our local news people be lately. Not local. This is obviously not local. But let's get into it and let's see if they say anything that's wrong, if they do anything that's, maybe I'm going to shed a little light before the FAA does their investigation. So, and again, I'm not a licensed mechanic. I am going to school to be a mechanic. Anyway, 4 planes, by the way. So let's get into it.
Went horribly wrong. CNN's Nick Watt is in Los Angeles with the remarkable
It's Nick Watt.
pictures of Nick, the pilot, and his passenger are okay.
Yeah, that's the important part.
They do, Brianna, and
okay.
Being millennials.
Y'all can shut up. Okay, here we go. Thank you. Right off the bat, let's go back a tad here. You're going to see a lot of pausing. I apologize in advance. So right off the bat, our pilot clearly is safe. And she's a little confused. They are being unbelievably calm in a situation that I would not be calm in. They've clearly just landed a plane in the water. They pulled a Sully, and everybody's okay. I'm noticing that they're on the wings. So they've landed. Clearly the plane is... They've gotten out of the plane somehow. They probably popped the doors open and they swam out. But they're on the wings right now, which is good.
A crash landing miles from shore.
So you can tell they did a very good job on this. Right here, you can tell he's gliding this thing in. It's extremely smooth. You got splash, another bigger splash, and then it goes. Now, this shot, I don't know what kind of plane this is. I haven't even done any research. I just started watching this, and I was like, let's do a reaction. I'm noticing that the elevator is jammed. So the way that the elevator is pointing right now, it's pushing down. Unless this, well, obviously no. So what it was is maybe he got out and he pushed it or something like that. But he pushed the yoke forward once he actually somehow got out.
Sank fast.
There she goes.
Yep, so right now I'm noticing that it's tilting. It's going to the right of the aircraft. Now my camera's backwards, so when I do this, it looks like it's going the other way. It's doing that. It's doing that. By the way, I look over here. There's another screen over here. Basically, what I'm noticing is kind of going on here is there's a lot more weight in that right wing. It should sink uniformly unless he landed slightly awkward and water filled in one cavity more than the other, but...
What happened?
I wonder if there's something in the fuel.
That's where you start to get into where I come from. There could have been something in the fuel, because we'll get to that in a minute.
Even in summer, this water is cold.
Starting to get...
Yeah, so look at her. She's calm. They just crashed a plane. They're extremely calm. So these people are, amazing.
A little cold out here. Like the jellyfish.
Yeah, already I'm out.
Around.
We were getting stung the whole time. Definitely got a little bit hypothermic.
Yeah, gotta be careful. He looks okay though.
I was doing pretty bad after about half an hour.
Here's how all this happened. Lesh.
Okay, so what are we looking at here? What is this plane? What am I looking at? Is this a Piper? I'm guessing it's a Piper. It might be a Cirrus. Let's find out. Usually CNN on their YouTube videos. Crashed a small plane. Citing this dude as fraud, yet believe... The dude is a fraud? I don't get it. Alright, whatever. What I am noticing here, though, is if this is the same aircraft, it was definitely upside down. It's a fairly new, if not new aircraft. Those are LED landing lights. Those, This, I think, is a Piper or it could be a Cirrus, a Piper, or a Cessna. No, it's not even a Cessna. Anyway.
Bought this single-engined Beechcraft banana.
Beechcraft Bonanza. I was wrong. Well, dang it.
Just a couple of months ago and asked his buddy Owen Leipelt, a fellow pilot, to go on a joint mission.
We were planning on going up over, San Fran, over the Golden Gate Bridge and stuff, and doing a photo mission to take photos of the new airplane.
Instead, something went very wrong. Leipelt, flying another plane, found himself filming his friend suddenly losing altitude.
You lose altitude when a couple of things happen. Realistically, engine goes out. Or something to deal with the aerodynamics of the aircraft have been affected. Unrealistically, you could slap a whole bunch of weight on the plane and it'll fall out of the sky. So basically what happened here is either something to deal with his control surfaces. Now, by the way that the plane is reacting, he's in 100% control of this aircraft right now. So he definitely, in my opinion, has lost power to his engine, which he had said previously could have been something in his fuel. Anything can go wrong with an aircraft when it comes to its engine. There's so much stuff in there. You can do countless hours of research. There's for every cylinder, there's 2 spark plugs. For redundancies, there's 2 ways to make those spark plugs go. We call them magnetos. You could have had a magneto problem. He could have had a fuel delivery issue. He's obviously flying what I would appear to be over an ocean, or if it's a lake, then it's a lake. But if it's an ocean, you got salt water. He could let's just continue.
Skimming the Pacific.
I'm just doing everything I can do, different combinations of, throttle and mixture.
Okay, right there was a really, really clear shot. So he was saying he was messing with the throttle and the mixture. That tells me there is something wrong with that engine. It could have, just because you're screwing around with the throttle and the mixture doesn't mean you're not having an issue somewhere else. Throttle and mixture both contain gas/air. Mainly the amount of gas that's being put into the engine, the air. It's not, I don't know if this is he's talking about mixture, so it's obviously not fuel injected. Fuel injected being like most cars, this obviously has a carburetor on it, that's why he's messing with the mixture. So basically, his fuel could have contaminants in it, but I don't think that it's going to down his aircraft unless they put frickin' jet fuel in his engine and it just blew up completely. Second of all, he could have had an air issue. He could have, it could have been cold out there. Something different. He could have ice on the carburetor. He could have had, there's countless things that could go wrong with that engine. It could have just seized, but if it would have seized, the prop wouldn't be spinning. Now, as you can tell, he's touched and he's spun. I also could see a little bit of splash where I think the prop may have been hitting the water.
Mixture. If you freak out, you can stall it and spin it into the ground. And that's how you die.
They ditched as Leipelt watched from above, not knowing if his friends were okay.
I lost them. I had been circling and I couldn't see him anymore. And David called me on the phone as he was bobbing in the water.
I don't know how you call somebody in the phone when it's in the water,
Yes.
but I guess technology nowadays.
Lesh had saved his phone from the wreckage, used it to call his buddy.
Wait, what did it say? I missed everything. Sorry.
Used it to call his buddy and film. Used it to had saved his phone from the wreckage.
God damn it.
As he was bobbing in the water.
Yes, Lesh had saved his phone from the wreckage, used it to call his buddy and film the fix they were in.
All right, we're floating around now.
They appear to have ways of flotation.
Pacific Ocean. I'm holding on to my window shades as a flotation device.
And they called for help.
Now we get to the helicopter. Look at it. That's a Bell, I'm pretty sure. It's
I've been
Aeromed.
circling for the past hour. The Coast Guard's out here now. Oh my God, I can't believe that just happened.
At the rail.
Lifted to safety. A miracle out there on Half Moon Bay.
Now, the video is so good, there are now rumors that it has to be fake. No way, the pilot tells our San Francisco affiliate KPIX. He said, why would I risk my life to gain 1,000 Instagram followers? But
This is a very true statement. This can be faked. the Coast Guard's involved. You can't. The Coast Guard doesn't mess around with fake crap like this. Aircraft are expensive. Let's just I was gonna show you guys. Let me just look it up really quick. Let's look up what a Beechcraft Bonanza goes for. I'm gonna just, you can go to Trade a Plane. Any number of websites really will give you a reasonable explanation as to price. So here's a 1999, not a new one, but it's a Beechcraft Bonanza. It's the same style of what he was flying, and they go for about $300,000 to $400,000 for a Beechcraft. Yeah, that's a lot of money. And that's a lot of money to just slam into the water. And you have gas. He paid for gas. This guy obviously is doing okay. If his friend's got a plane, he's got a friend. I don't know his family situation, obviously, but yeah.
As KPIC points out, the cause of the crash is still under investigation.
Yeah. No, I don't care. I don't care about any of this.
Apology, they don't just have a...
Okay. My final word here. News has their stuff pretty okay. They're avoiding stating facts about the aircraft or how they function, which is really good. Now I'm gonna start, after this video, I'm gonna go back and watch some of the older ones that are not as good when it comes to this stuff. So I'm thinking about maybe just doing this more instead of playing video games, because I have a little bit of knowledge when it comes to automotive and this kind of stuff. But let me know if you guys want me to see, if you want me to analyze different stuff, or if you have a specific plane crash news story that you would like to see done. Let me know. And yeah, so I'd like to thank you guys for watching. And my final verdict is, I believe there could have been contaminants in the fuel, but I believe that it was an engine issue that caused that plane to go into the water. Obviously the plane didn't stop. The propeller, it did just go, so there was no, fire or any sort of large explosion. I was trying not to say that, but there we go. But basically, my opinion is that air could have been clogged, so there could be not getting air, or fuel issues going to the engine. Engine may be fine, it may have just been a fuel starvation issue, something in the fuel. You could have gotten crystals in the fuel lines, and it could just not have done its proper job. But thank you guys for watching. Let me know what you guys think it is, and as the story progresses, next time I will let you guys know what the cause was. But thank you guys for watching, and I will see you guys next time.